Okay, hello dear friends, good evening. So I got some 信阳毛尖 tea. I just opened it up and I will choose some of this tea. Every time I come back from China, I got some tea. So I put this one here to separate a little bit. So the good quality one is on top, right? And there's no dust. So I put our tea. Look at it. So that should be enough. And then we will take a look at the picture of the tea. That should be enough. This is a green tea. I'm sorry, I might be not in the right zoom. So this tea is called 信阳毛尖, and let's take a look at the tea. Can we go even down? Are we seeing it? I hope we can see it. So this is 信阳毛尖, and this is the tea, how the tea look like. And it's this tea is from Henan province, and it's not south of China. It's right in the middle of China and belong to the north part of China. And it's a Han Dai nationality. The tea farmers are usually Han nationality. In China, different nationality have different tradition, and they make the tea different. And you can see this is the tea coming up. And the tea, when the tea is harvested, they have 3 or 4 steps of making it into the appearance right now. So first they use very low fire to dry it a little bit, and then the second time dry, and then the third time dry. And between each time of drying, they separate it and put in a big bamboo basket, not too thick, not too thin. And every 4 to 10 hours they change, let it dry for 10 hours, and then do the next process. It's fascinating. And I saw the movie. One of the movies that the tea farmers making tea for jasmine tea, and they harvest the jasmine flower during the day, and the jasmine flower actually shows or radiates its fragrance at the peak time is in the middle of the night, around 1 or 2 o'clock, and the farmers will wait whole night to wait until the jasmine flower to blossom, to make the best flavor, and then mix with tea, a certain percentage of tea, a certain percentage of flour, and that is part of the seed tea. And those teas has the jasmine flower infused, stay together with the jasmine flower. But those tea are very strong, so those seed tea will be separated, mixed with other tea to make jasmine tea. If only put flower directly, it might be too strong. And the tea has different good tea are always from the top, and some of the old top teas and has one little tip, and let me see if we can see. Yes, and this is actually the good tea. This is the good tea. Some are broken, unfortunately, but they are quite this is the perfect tea we are trying to get. Okay, I will. For some reason today's tea, is that not perfect tea or something? You can see, okay. I put it here. So there are different part of the tea. This one is the best of the best. This one is supposed to be, can you see it? It's one tea with two little leaves, or one tea tip with one big leaves, a little bit. It is at the beginning, at the very tip of the tea, but not only the tip of the tea. Only the tip of the tea will be too light, and the flavor is just not that strong, and you do not feel drinking tea. You need some of the strength from the side, and if it is more than 2 or 3, that you will feel much more grassy and lost the refineness of the tea. This is also one of the methods to distinguish a good tea or bad tea. I think my tea is a little bit broken or a little bit of mixture. Some of the very expensive, super duper expensive, you only see these kind of leaf, one tip, one leaf, and it is the top quality. And this one, we are good, but we are not top good. And now we take a look at the tea leaf, the dried tea leaf. So this kind of tea, how they make it, yes, and they get harvested those tea, and then like stir fry, but they do not use a spatula, they use hand, around 200 degree, 100 degree, something like, anyway, it's very hot for our hand, but oh, look at this. These are still the tea that kept its integrity, and some of this tea, this might be a good tea that can come out two separations. So they roll it a little bit. It's like a piece of paper you make, you roll it. This is a tea leaf, and you roll it, but they do it in such a quick movement, and when the tea is still sorry, it's too dry, when the tea is still a little bit moist, and they roll it, and it's not that difficult to roll at that time, so it comes out. Do you see it? So it comes out like this. And 信阳毛尖, the color should be a little bit greenish, a little bit yellowish. It's not like the green Japanese tea is totally green. This tea, this is supposed to be this color, and very light, very pale. So we take a look. This is its color. And it is fragrant, and it's a little bit sweet, I mean, when I say sweet, it means that it's not bitter as you shivering as the Japanese green tea that is so bitter. It's already a little tiny little bit processed or fermented, not really fermented, but just the heating of baking it let the bitterness developed a little bit already. Let the bitterness got out and disappear a little bit. So there is more sweetness left. And let me continue to distinguish the flavor of the tea. It smells like rain, like mountain, but it smells very, very fresh, a little bit nutty or a little bit grassy, and it's still too hot, and it's very, very light. And another thing I would like to mention that green tea should have quite high caffeine, in contrary from what we heard from the advertisement. Imagine the tea is coming out of a tea tree, and these are the original leaves, and there is not much processing done. So everything from the tea leaf remains in the tea leaf. So there is no way to get its caffeine to develop, and there is no fermentation. So by theory, by reasonable theory, not by the marketing theory, not by the tea manufacturer, the traders talk, by real theoretical or original theory, this should have more caffeine. And this is why we should not drink green tea in the night, and do not drink it too strong. Also, green tea by itself is bitter, so if you make it strong, it will be a bit too bitter and it is not enjoyable. Make sure you do not put too hot water, because it kills the refined flavor of the tea. It's like you boil something, its original flavor will disappear. Boil the water, let it cool down a couple of minutes, and then do it. And that's good enough. And it becomes more and more pleasant. And the first infusion is usually quite strong, and then the second and third infusion will become much more enjoyable. I think second, or tea with such density, I think second infusion will be good. Third infusion will be too diluted. And also this tea was not developed, so it is not easy for our stomach to digest. It is exactly the same thing as yogurt. Milk is not easy to digest, but if you drink yogurt, which is already half developed, half fermented, it's already fermented, it will be much easier to digest. Tea is the same thing, same theory applied to tea. Green tea, no fermentation, harder to digest. If you drink red tea, black tea, oolong tea, which already developed or fermented, it will be easier to digest. So in the morning, drink some green tea, but not too much, and not too strong, will be good. This is such a beautiful tea. I have prepared something else to show you. Let me see if I can do that. And also, do not ever, 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 ever put sugar. And if you do put sugar, please do not make a comments and say, yeah, you should put sugar. It's kind of against my religion of tea. No, don't put sugar. If you want to damage the tea, if you want to destroy the tea, put sugar. If not, if you want to appreciate the tea, it does not go well with sugar. Green tea, no sugar, no sugar. Put sugar, only damage the green tea. Okay, so this time I go back to Beijing. I bought some of these. This is a Hawthorn berry, and I made a video, a big bag of it. I made a video of it, but you could not see it because I was doing it in a very low resolution. It didn't do justice. And this one is very sour. Whenever I boil something, I boil tea, I put 1 piece of it with 2 liters of water or 3 liters of water, that amount. And this cleans the teapot. Okay, here is another kind of tea. And this time I went back to Beijing. I noticed there are some new kinds of tea or some new fashion of tea. Each year something different. So here we have these teas. I don't know if you can understand or imagine it. This is called 小青柑, little green orange. And this one is 柠檬菊 lemon chrysanthemum, or 菊普 lemon tea, lemon and tea. So what it is, this one is a little orange or a little lemon. They cut the top and take out everything from inside and dry it. It becomes an empty skin of lemon, and then put the tea inside. I have something I can show you. I have just done it. Wait me a moment. So this is the tea, and the tea is inside. Tea is inside. And a lemon, and this one is already done. I think I can cut it and see what is inside. And each tea you can make your own. Arrangement combination. Some are oolong tea, some are chrysanthemum tea, some are jasmine tea, some are green tea. Whichever one, it's all, there's no right or wrong. It's your personal preference. And stuff it in and throw into the water. Now we take a look how it looks like inside. So inside is tea. It's just stuffed into it. I feel it's a little bit strange. The flavor will come out very, very gradually. And yeah. It's like, oh, some of the tea is not yet even open up. So I was thinking this may not be the right, this may not be the most, the most effective way to get the flavor off. But anyway, some people like it, and it's quite an interesting marketing thing. And the flavor comes out gradually you can soak it many times, and it always come out flavor. So it does not have very strong flavor at first shot, and it's interesting. Okay, let's keep on drinking our green tea. I will not drink too much, but it's really very, very delicious, very enjoyable. I think one of the best things is still this one. You clean up the pot and it's very clean. I show you the pot. Okay, I turn the camera. Let me see if you can see it. Can you see it? Inside is so clean. It used to be always have some alkaline, the base, the collection of that white calcium or something. But after using this for, I just came back Friday, so today is Monday, only 2 or 3 days, it's already so clean. And you do not need to use it all the time if you do not like this delicious sweet and sour flavor. You can use it once in a while, and that will be good. Anyway, this is about tea, and this time I went to Beijing. I was fascinated by the tea, by the stories of the tea, and I want to I hope one day I can go to the tea production place and make some video of these teas and show you these wonderful things in the world. What do you think? I love you, I really do. Do. And if this video's visual image is not good, please, what is going on? Please excuse me, because I cannot see my camera. My camera is broken. I use camera, I didn't use iPhone. If I use iPhone, I can see it. I know what I am shooting. This one is a blind shooting. I love you, I really do.